When it comes to Louis Vuitton, one of the easiest ways to spot a fake is by checking the authenticity of the item. Genuine Louis Vuitton products come with specific characteristics that are hard to replicate. First, examine the stitching. Authentic Louis Vuitton bags have precise, even stitching. The stitches are straight, small, and evenly spaced. On a fake, the stitching may appear uneven or crooked. Next, look at the Louis Vuitton logo. The logo on a genuine item is usually engraved or embossed carefully. A fake might have a poorly stamped or misaligned logo, which is a major giveaway. Louis Vuitton also uses high-quality materials that are durable and luxurious, unlike the synthetic or cheap leather found in counterfeit bags. Finally, check the hardware. Genuine Louis Vuitton bags use brass, gold, or silver hardware, all of which are solid and weighty. Fakes, on the other hand, often have lightweight, flimsy hardware. By closely inspecting these details, you can easily tell the difference between a real Louis Vuitton item and a counterfeit. Materials used. The materials used in authentic Louis Vuitton items are one of the key indicators of quality and authenticity. Genuine Louis Vuitton products are crafted using premium materials such as canvas, leather, and exotic skins. The brand's signature monogram canvas, for example, is made of a durable, high-quality coated canvas that feels smooth yet substantial to the touch. A common mistake with fake Louis Vuitton bags is the use of cheaper materials. Counterfeit bags often use a lower-grade canvas or synthetic materials that feel thin or overly stiff. The texture of real Louis Vuitton leather is also distinct. It's soft, smooth, and ages beautifully over time, while fake leather tends to feel more plastic-like or synthetic. Another important aspect is the color and consistency of the materials. Louis Vuitton's genuine bags are made with uniform patterns and rich, consistent colors. A fake may have noticeable inconsistencies in color or texture. By examining the materials closely, you can easily tell whether a Louis Vuitton item is real or fake. Craftsmanship, quality. Louis Vuitton is renowned for its impeccable craftsmanship, and this is a major factor in distinguishing authentic products from counterfeits. When you look closely at a real Louis Vuitton item, you'll notice the attention to detail in every stitch and seam. The stitching on genuine Louis Vuitton bags is flawless, small, even, and perfectly aligned. The threads used are strong and tightly woven, ensuring that the bag will last for years. In contrast, fake Louis Vuitton items often display poor craftsmanship. The stitching on a counterfeit may be uneven, with large gaps or crooked lines. The edges of the leather might not be properly finished, and the seams can look sloppy. The overall construction of a fake item tends to feel flimsy, lacking the sturdy, premium feel of a real Louis Vuitton product. Authentic Louis Vuitton products undergo rigorous quality control, and every bag or accessory reflects that commitment to excellence. So by examining the craftsmanship closely, you can easily identify whether the item is a true Louis Vuitton or just an imitation. Logo details. The logo on a Louis Vuitton item is one of the most important elements to check when trying to spot a fake. Authentic Louis Vuitton products feature a carefully crafted logo, whether it's the famous LV monogram or the full Louis Vuitton text. The logo is precise, clean, and typically engraved or embossed with great attention to detail. When inspecting the logo on a fake Louis Vuitton, you may notice irregularities. The font may look slightly off, with inconsistencies in letter spacing or proportions. The letters might be too thick, too thin, or misaligned. Additionally, the logo on genuine items will never feel raised or rough, whereas fake items may have poorly stamped logos with uneven surfaces. Another key detail is the color and finish of the logo. On genuine Louis Vuitton products, the logo is either embossed in gold, silver, or other high-quality finishes, which give it a refined, polished look. Counterfeits often have logos that appear faded, stamped with cheap methods, or lacking the vibrant, clean finish of authentic pieces. Always pay close attention to these logo details, as they can immediately help you spot a fake. Stitching patterns. The stitching on a Louis Vuitton item is an essential feature that can help determine its authenticity. Authentic Louis Vuitton bags and accessories are known for their precise, flawless stitching. The stitches are small even, and perfectly aligned, showcasing the craftsmanship behind the brand. The stitching is usually done in a yellow or gold color, which contrasts beautifully with the canvas or leather. One of the easiest ways to spot a fake is by examining the stitching. Fake Louis Vuitton products often have uneven, sloppy stitching. The stitches may be larger than usual, spaced irregularly, or even have visible loose threads. Additionally, color of the stitching on counterfeit bags may not match the authentic ones. It could be too light, too dark, or not as consistent. Another sign of a counterfeit is when the stitching doesn't match the pattern of the bag. For example, on a genuine Louis Vuitton bag, the stitching should line up perfectly with the edges of the leather or canvas. If the stitching is crooked or doesn't follow the natural flow of the design, it's a red flag. Always check the stitching closely, as it's one of the best ways to confirm whether an item is real or fake. Hardware examination. The hardware on a Louis Vuitton item plays a crucial role in identifying its authenticity. Genuine Louis Vuitton bags are known for their high-quality, sturdy hardware, which includes zippers, clasps, buckles, and other metal details. The hardware is typically made of solid brass, gold, or silver, giving it a luxurious weight and feel. It's also meticulously polished, showing no signs of discoloration or cheap finishes. Fake Louis Vuitton items often have hardware that feels light, flimsy, or cheap. The metal may have a poor finish, with visible tarnishing, scratches, or discoloration. On some counterfeit bags, the hardware might be made of low-quality materials like aluminum or plastic, which is easily noticeable when compared to the weight and quality of the genuine product. Another important detail to look for is the engraving or branding on the hardware. On real Louis Vuitton products, the brand's name is often engraved or embossed onto the hardware in a precise and consistent manner. Fakes may have poorly engraved logos or lack the fine detailing seen on authentic pieces. By carefully inspecting the weight, finish, and engravings on the hardware, you can quickly spot whether a Louis Vuitton item is real or counterfeit. Serial number. The serial number is an important feature to check when trying to determine the authenticity of a Louis Vuitton item. Authentic Louis Vuitton bags and accessories come with a date code, which is a unique serial number that can help verify the item's authenticity. This number is typically found in a discreet location, such as inside the bag, on a leather tag, or under the flap. The date code usually consists of a series of letters and numbers, which tell you when and where the item was made. For a genuine Louis Vuitton item, the serial number is clear, accurate, and consistent with the brand's coding system. Louis Vuitton uses a specific format that can help identify the country and year of production. A fake Louis Vuitton item, however, may have a missing or incorrect serial number. Some counterfeit bags may also have poorly stamped or blurry numbers that are difficult to read. It's also important to note that Louis Vuitton has stopped using date codes on some of their newer items in favor of microchips, especially on leather products. Always verify the format and placement of the serial number or microchip to ensure authenticity. If the number looks odd or doesn't match the typical Louis Vuitton format, it could be a sign that the item is fake. Price comparison. Price is often a strong indicator of whether a Louis Vuitton item is authentic or counterfeit. Louis Vuitton products are luxury items, and their prices reflect the quality, craftsmanship, and brand value. A genuine Louis Vuitton bag can cost anywhere from several hundred to several $1,000s, depending on the style, material, and rarity. If you come across a Louis Vuitton item that seems too good to be true, whether it's being sold for a fraction of the usual price or offered with a significant discount, it's likely a counterfeit. Authentic Louis Vuitton bags and accessories are sold at high-end boutiques, authorized retailers, and the official Louis Vuitton website, where they maintain consistent pricing. Fake Louis Vuitton items, on the other hand, are often sold through unauthorized channels such as street vendors, online marketplaces, or shady third-party sellers. These sellers may offer genuine Louis Vuitton products at much lower prices, claiming discounts, but the reality is that they're selling fakes. If the price is much lower than expected, it's worth being cautious and doing further research before making a purchase. Brand packaging. The packaging that comes with a Louis Vuitton item is another clear indicator of its authenticity. Genuine Louis Vuitton products are known for their elegant and high-quality packaging. When you purchase a real Louis Vuitton item, it typically comes with a branded dust bag made of soft cotton, a luxury box, and other items like care cards or authenticity certificates. The box and dust bag are well made and neatly folded, with the Louis Vuitton logo clearly visible in high-quality print or embroidery. Counterfeit Louis Vuitton items, on the other hand, often come with cheap or flimsy packaging. The dust bag may feel thin or overly stiff, and the logo could be poorly printed or off-center. The box may be made from low-quality cardboard, lacking the luxurious feel and precision of authentic Louis Vuitton packaging. Another sign of a fake is the absence of additional accessories like care cards or authenticity certificates, which are typically included with genuine items. The overall experience of unboxing a Louis Vuitton item should feel special and luxurious. If the packaging feels rushed or looks subpar, it's a red flag that the item could be counterfeit. Common mistakes. When it comes to spotting a fake Louis Vuitton, there are several common mistakes that counterfeiters often make. These mistakes can be easy to spot once you know what to look for. One of the most obvious errors is the misalignment of patterns, especially on the monogram canvas. On authentic Louis Vuitton items, the pattern is perfectly symmetrical, and the designs are balanced. Fake bags, however, may have patterns that don't align properly or are cut awkwardly. Another common mistake is the use of incorrect materials. Louis Vuitton uses high-quality leather, canvas, and hardware, but counterfeit items may use cheaper versions of these materials. Fake leather may feel plastic-like, or the stitching may be uneven or overly thick. Authentic Louis Vuitton items also tend to have a certain weight and feel that fakes often lack, as counterfeit items are usually made from lightweight or flimsy materials. Additionally, counterfeit Louis Vuitton products sometimes have uneven stitching, poorly stamped logos, or missing details like the iconic brass rivets or embossed symbols that are standard on genuine pieces. By closely examining these common mistakes, you can easily tell the difference between a real and fake Louis Vuitton item. Now that you know how to distinguish between a real and fake Louis Vuitton, don't let yourself be tricked again. Whether you're buying online or in-store, always keep these tips in mind to ensure you're getting the genuine luxury you deserve. Louis Vuitton's craftsmanship is unmatched, and knowing what to look for makes all the difference. But the luxury world doesn't stop at Louis Vuitton. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll compare 3 of the biggest luxury brands: Celine, Saint Laurent, and Prada. We'll help you decide which purse to invest in for 2025. Don't miss out. Make the right choice for your next luxury purchase.